Hi, it's Father John Rushofsky with another episode of The Shepherd's Voice. And last time we took a tour through Holy Cross Academy to kind of show you what goes on there. And that made me think that maybe you might like to see what goes on with the parish. And so I thought it might be good to introduce you to some of the staff members because for most of you, I guess, the staff is just names on a page. But I think it's good for you to know who some of these people are and what they do. So we're starting with Mike Stobba, who's the Director of Facilities. And the reason that job is so important is because we have about 13, you say I think, because I'm not exactly sure, about 13 buildings on approximately 50 acres of property. And that takes a lot of doing. It takes a lot of maintenance, a lot of time, especially because all of our buildings are of a certain age. In fact, St. Teresa Church, which we're going to look at more closely, is the youngest of our buildings, and that is 38 years old. So all of this takes a great deal of work to maintain these buildings. So we have Mike sitting at his desk here, and you can wave.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And he's going to tell us, first of all, about what he does, what his duties are. They are considerable, because I need to say this before he starts. He really was one who was the overseer of all of the, worked with the architect and the construction company for both the renovation of this building, our parish center, and also the elevator project. But then, of course, we had our big move with all of the moving vans and moving 25 people from 4 different places into this one building, and he oversaw that project. Right now, one of the things going on is that we have lots of snowfall, and of course, all of that has to be removed, and so he has to oversee that as well. We have many acres of parking lot and all of that, and then we have sidewalks and stairs, and all that has to be cleared for safety. So that's some of what Mike does, and he can give you an idea of some of his other responsibilities.
Okay. Yeah, again, it was Father John came to me a little over 2 years ago and offered me the opportunity to become Director of Facilities here for Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish. Right now, my duties go anything from, large projects such as putting this parish center together, to elevator, to simple things such as just daily repair work, maintenance, custodial work, overseeing the custodians. Also, anything in between, we oversee the snow removal and also the all landscaping. So it's a lot of different things I do. It's very interesting. It never gets dull. Never ever gets dull. And I have a crew of.
How many people work for you?
Yeah, I have 2 full-time maintenance men, and I have 3 part-timers. In addition, down at St. Athanasius, there is a volunteer group headed by Brad Duda. They do outstanding work down there. They do everything from rebuilding boilers to plumbing work, ventilation, and their work is outstanding. It's absolute craftsman's work, and they're a huge asset to Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
We're very lucky to have them because are a very dedicated crew, and they've been doing this for many years, and we're happy that they continue to work with us on that. What we're going to do next is we're going to take you to see something that most of you probably have never seen before. So come along with us and we'll show you something that might surprise you. Well, here we are. We're underneath St. Teresa Church. All churches have spaces underneath where they have equipment, heating and cooling and so forth. And so most people don't get to see that. So I'm going to show you what that looks like here at St. Teresa. We're in the bowels of the building underneath the church. And so just follow along, and I think you're going to be surprised. All right. Here we are. This is called the shop. It's where they keep the dead bodies of the former pastors. No, really, this is where all the tools and equipment are kept. And Mike's crew is in and out of here frequently. And they have all kinds of stuff. It looks like a mess, but you know what? They know exactly where everything is. If you would ask them for anything, they would be able to pull it out at a moment's notice. maybe Mike could
Yeah.
show us what we've
Exactly.
got
I
further
mean,
down.
that is surprising. They don't, actually there is organization here. It's hard to believe, but there is organization. You know, whether it's our tools, and then over here we have, you know, this is almost our paint, you could say paint shop. Then we go, you know, down here towards electrical, and then plumbing, cleaning supplies. Everything is kept together.
What do we have here?
This is the boiler for the church. It's actually handled, that's the blower that helps keep everything warm during the winter.
So all this goes on, you're upstairs praying and worshiping and singing hymns, and all of this stuff is down here, making sure that you're comfortable and safe. We have more, a lot more things down here yet.
Yes. And again, all our cleaning supplies. We're now collecting cleaning supplies, a lot of it here, and then we just move it to the other churches when needed. This huge unit, it's kind of hard to see behind all the shelving unit, but that's the actual air conditioner. It's the size of a small room. And it's all the filters, the air handlers are back here, and that's where we get the air circulated. The filters are almost the size of a door, and they're switched out every couple times a year. But again, it's just, you know, you go down here, we have everything here. Just a key. Oh, don't want to show the beer meister.
So that's used for the fish fry, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So, but yeah, it's quite an accumulation. You know, whether it's donations over the years or having to purchase to keep in stock, we have everything we need.
And this
So.
is all stuff that keeps the congregation comfortable, as I said, and safe.
Right.
And it keeps up the maintenance of the building, the cleaning of the building.
Yes.
And so there is a lot to this. A lot of people don't realize what it takes to maintain a parish. I was just talking with our finance manager this morning, and we have so far this year, this is February 10th as we're recording this, and we have so far this year spent $27,000 just on snow removal. And we have a long way to go yet in the winter. So you see what it takes to maintain and keep up a place this size with all these buildings and all this property. And so that's why sometimes it might look a little disorganized, but it really isn't. We have, this is a great scene. This is one of my favorite scenes back here. This is
Yes, that's the actual maintenance offices. But again, to Father's point, they know where everything is.
Yeah.
If I start going in there and messing around with it, things will get lost because they can just go in, reach in, wherever they'll just find it right away. So it is organized.
And just remember this. This is only one of our buildings, of our 13 buildings, and one of our 4 churches. And so just multiply all this, and you'll see what it takes to keep this whole parish running smoothly, which is quite a challenge. We're happy that Mike is up to that challenge and does such a good job at it. So, well, thanks again for listening. This is Father John. We'll see you next time, and on we merrily go.